Is it starting to feel like getting older automatically means slowing down? Like losing a little bit of your independence each year is just inevitable? We see it happen all around us, don't we, friends? Family. Maybe even catching glimpses of it in ourselves. The simple things that used to be effortless suddenly require a little more thought, a little more effort, sometimes even a bit of a struggle. It can be a painful reality to face. This feeling that your body isn't quite keeping up with your spirit or your desire to live life fully. The world often tells us that reaching our 60s, 70s, and beyond means accepting a new normal, one with more limitations and fewer capabilities. But what if that wasn't the whole story? What if there was a different way to look at health and aging? A way that focused not just on avoiding illness, but on maintaining vitality and independence. There are people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who are still moving with ease, still actively engaged in life, still doing things many younger people might struggle with. They seem to defy the conventional wisdom of aging. What's their secret? Often, it's not about complex fitness routines or expensive treatments, but about maintaining certain fundamental physical abilities. In this video, we're going to look at 8 specific, everyday things that, if you can still do them comfortably and easily in your 60s, 70s, and even your 80s, are incredibly strong indicators that you are exceptionally healthy for your age. These are functional movements, the building blocks of an independent and vibrant life. Stick around to the very end, because I'm going to share something that might truly surprise you about just how much capability you can hold on to, and even regain, at any age. Let's talk about that first simple action that says a lot about your health. Something you probably do multiple times a day without even thinking about it. I'm talking about getting up out of a chair. Now, I don't mean pushing yourself up with your hands on the armrests or your knees. I mean sitting down in a sturdy chair, maybe like the one you're in now, and then standing up again using only the strength of your legs and your core, without touching anything for support, just placing your feet flat on the floor, leaning slightly forward, and pushing up to a full standing position. It sounds simple, doesn't it? But this single movement, often called a chair stand, requires a surprising amount of lower body strength, your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your glutes, and it also demands good balance and coordination. Think about it as you rise. Your body shifts weight, and your core muscles engage to keep you stable. The ability to perform this smoothly and easily, maybe even doing it 5 or 10 times in a row without getting winded or needing help, is a fantastic indicator that you've maintained crucial strength that directly impacts your daily life. Why is this so important? Well, every time you get off the sofa, get out of a dining chair, or even just adjust your position, you're doing a version of this. Losing this strength is one of the first steps towards needing assistance with everyday tasks. If you can pop up out of a chair without a second thought, it means your legs are strong enough to support you, propel you, and keep you stable, which is fundamental for everything from walking to preventing falls. To maintain or improve this, simple exercises like doing actual chair stands sitting and standing repeatedly are incredibly effective. You can start by using your hands lightly if needed, and gradually challenge yourself to use them less. Even just being mindful of standing up using primarily your legs throughout your day makes a difference. It's functional strength in action, directly applicable to living independently. Moving on from strength, let's consider endurance, the ability to keep going. A key marker of cardiovascular health and overall stamina in your 60s, 70s, and 80s is the ability to walk at a reasonably brisk pace for a sustained period. Say, 15 to 20 minutes, without feeling completely exhausted or needing to stop frequently. I'm not talking about speed walking or training for a marathon here. I mean walking with a purpose. Perhaps like you're heading to the local shop or trying to catch a bus, though, hopefully. You're not rushing too much. It's a pace where you can still hold a conversation. But you're definitely breathing a little harder than when you're strolling. Being able to do this indicates that your heart and lungs are working efficiently, delivering oxygen to your muscles, and that your leg muscles have the endurance to carry you. Why is this significant? Because sustained walking is one of the best things you can do for your overall health. It supports heart health, helps manage weight, keeps joints mobile, and even boosts mood and cognitive function. The ability to walk a decent distance is also essential for staying connected to your community, running errands, enjoying nature, or traveling. If a 15-20-minute brisk walk feels comfortable, it suggests your cardiovascular system is in good shape for your age. If it feels like a huge effort, it's a sign that focusing on gentle, consistent walking could be hugely beneficial. Start with shorter durations or slower paces and gradually build up. Consistency is more important than speed. Even 2 or 3 short walks a day add up. Finding a walking buddy or listening to a podcast can make the time fly by. Now, let's think about another everyday task that tests a different kind of strength: upper body and grip strength. Can you comfortably carry 2 bags of groceries, perhaps one in each hand, from your car to your kitchen door, or from the shop down the street? We're not talking about bags loaded to bursting, but maybe each bag weighing somewhere between 5 and 10 pounds. A typical load from a quick trip for essentials. This action requires strength in your arms, shoulders, and back. But perhaps most importantly, it relies heavily on your grip strength, the power in your hands and forearms. Grip strength is actually recognized by many health professionals as a surprisingly good indicator of overall health and even longevity in older adults. It reflects general muscle mass and strength throughout the body. Think about how often you use your grip and arm strength opening jars, carrying laundry baskets, gardening, opening doors, holding grandchildren. Losing this ability makes countless daily activities harder and more frustrating. If you can manage a couple of bags of groceries without feeling like your arms are going to give out or your grip is going to fail, it means you've maintained valuable functional strength. How can you work on this simple things like using resistance bands for arm exercises, lifting light weights, even soup cans, or squeezing a stress ball can help. Just carrying your own shopping, rather than relying on a trolley or someone else whenever you can, is also practical training. Next up, let's consider flexibility and mobility, particularly in the hips, back, and legs. Can you comfortably reach down to your feet to tie your shoes without significant strain or needing to sit down? This simple act requires adequate flexibility in your hips and lower back to bend forward, and sufficient hamstring flexibility to allow that movement without excessive pulling or discomfort. It also involves balance to maintain your posture while you're bent over. The ability to easily reach your feet is important for more than just tying laces. It's indicative of a range of motion that allows for dressing, getting things from low cupboards, and other necessary bending movements. Losing this flexibility can make getting dressed a challenge and increases the risk of injury from awkward movements. If you can easily reach your feet, it suggests your body isn't overly stiff and retains a good range of motion, which is key for maintaining agility and preventing everyday aches and pains. To improve flexibility, gentle stretching is crucial. Simple stretches like touching your toes while sitting on the floor or edge of the bed, if standing is too hard initially. Hamstring stretches and hip flexor stretches can make a big difference. Incorporating activities like yoga or Tai Chi, which focus on flexibility and gentle movement, can also be wonderfully beneficial. Remember to hold stretches gently and never push into pain. Consistency, even for just a few minutes a day, is the secret here. Let's move on to something that directly relates to preventing one of the biggest risks for older adults: falls. Can you stand on one leg comfortably for 10 to 15 seconds without wobbling excessively or needing to grab onto something? This might sound like something kids do, but single leg balance is a fundamental skill that tells you a lot about your balance system, including your inner ear, your vision, and the proprioceptors in your muscles and joints that tell your brain where your body is in space. Every step you take involves a moment where one foot is off the ground, meaning you are momentarily balancing on a single leg. Walking, climbing stairs, navigating uneven surfaces. They all rely on this ability. Poor balance is a major predictor of falls, which can lead to serious injuries and a significant loss of independence. If you can hold a single leg stance for 10-15 seconds easily on each leg, it indicates strong balance control. If you find yourself very wobbly or unable to do it, don't worry. It's something you can definitely improve with practice. You can start by holding onto a counter or chair and lifting one foot for just a few seconds, gradually increasing the time and eventually trying it without holding on, perhaps standing near a wall for safety. Practicing heel raises and toe raises can also strengthen the muscles important for balance. Simple balance exercises incorporated into your daily routine can dramatically reduce your fall risk and boost your confidence in getting around. Next, let's consider another measure of both strength and cardiovascular health. Something many of us encounter daily: stairs. Can you walk up a standard flight of stairs, maybe around 10 to 12 steps, without having to stop midway to catch your breath or feeling like your legs are about to give out? Climbing stairs is a vigorous activity that requires significant lower body strength to lift your weight against gravity. And it also demands a good response from your heart and lungs to supply oxygen to those working muscles. Being able to ascend a flight of stairs comfortably indicates good functional strength and a decent level of cardiovascular fitness for your age. It's a key ability for navigating multi-story homes, using public transport, or accessing many public buildings. If you find stairs daunting or feel completely winded after just one flight, it suggests there's room to improve both your leg strength and your stamina. You don't need stairs in your home to practice this. Walking on an incline, doing calf raises, and practicing those chair stands we talked about earlier can all build the necessary strength. For cardiovascular fitness, consistent walking on flat ground is a great start. And you can gradually introduce gentle inclines or slightly increase your pace as you get fitter. Taking the stairs instead of an escalator or elevator when you feel able is also excellent real-world practice. Let's broaden our scope a little now and think about sustained activity in general. Can you engage in everyday tasks around the house or garden? Things like vacuuming, doing laundry, washing windows, or light gardening for about an hour without feeling completely exhausted and needing a long rest. This isn't about intense exercise. It's about having the general energy levels and muscular endurance to handle the normal demands of maintaining your home and lifestyle. It reflects your overall energy production and your body's ability to sustain moderate activity. Losing this general stamina can make it difficult to keep up with household chores, pursue hobbies, or even just enjoy an active day out. If you can comfortably potter around for an hour, tackling various tasks without feeling completely drained, it indicates good general vitality and functional endurance. This kind of stamina is built through consistent, moderate activity. It's not just about structured exercise. It's about staying active throughout the day, finding ways to move more, parking a little further away, taking the longer route, getting up to stretch regularly, puttering in the garden, all contribute to this overall endurance. Ensuring you're getting enough sleep and eating a balanced diet also play a huge role in maintaining energy levels for these kinds of tasks. Finally, let's consider practical mobility and joint function, particularly involving getting into and out of low or awkward spaces. Can you get into and out of a low-slung car or a standard bathtub without significant struggle, pain, or needing assistance? These actions require a combination of joint mobility, especially in the hips, knees, and ankles, balance, and controlled strength. You need to be able to bend, twist slightly, step over or down, and then push or pull yourself back up in a controlled manner. Difficulty with these tasks can severely limit independence, making travel harder or turning bathing into a risky activity. If you can manage these transitions smoothly, it indicates that your major joints have good range of motion and that you have the necessary balance and strength for these common, yet sometimes challenging, movements. Maintaining this ability is crucial for staying independent and safe. Activities that promote joint mobility, like gentle stretching, yoga, or even just performing the movements themselves slowly and carefully, perhaps using grab bars for safety in a bathroom, can help. Strengthening the muscles around these joints also provides support and improves function. For example, working on leg strength can make getting out of a low car easier. And practicing balance helps with navigating the edge of a tub. So, we've looked at 8 seemingly simple, everyday things: getting up from a chair without hands, walking briskly for 15-20 minutes, carrying groceries, reaching your feet to tie shoes, standing on one leg, climbing stairs, doing household tasks for an hour, and getting out of low cars or baths. These aren't feats of athleticism. They are the building blocks of independence and a high quality of life as you age. If you find you can still do most or all of these things comfortably in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, it is truly a fantastic indicator of exceptional health and functional fitness for your age. It means you've retained crucial strength, endurance, flexibility, and balance that many people unfortunately lose. But here's the important part. The encouraging message I want you to take away. Even if you listened to that list and thought, some of those are a real challenge for me now, please do not feel discouraged. Aging isn't a one-way street of decline. The human body, even in its later decades, is remarkably adaptable and resilient. You can absolutely work to maintain and even regain many of these capabilities. The secret I mentioned earlier. The thing that might surprise you, it's that focusing on these functional movements, the everyday tasks that matter for independence, can be more impactful and motivating than thinking about traditional exercise in a gym. Your workout can be practicing standing up from a chair without using your hands a few times each day. It can be committing to a slightly longer or brisker walk around the block. It can be incorporating simple stretches while you're watching television. It's about integrating movement and gentle challenge into your daily life in ways that directly benefit your ability to live your life. Every small step you take towards improving even just one of these abilities makes a significant difference to your overall health, your confidence, and your ability to remain independent. It's not about comparing yourself to anyone else, or even to your younger self. It's about where you are now, and making gradual, consistent efforts to be a little bit stronger, a little bit more balanced, a little bit more flexible tomorrow than you are today. Your age is just a number. Your functional capacity is what truly determines how fully you can engage with the world around you. You have more agency in this than you might think. The ability to do these things is a reflection of the care and attention you've given your body, consciously or unconsciously. And if you haven't given it much attention lately, today is the perfect day to start. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 8 things do you feel you can do comfortably? Which ones are a bit of a challenge? And maybe something you'd like to focus on improving? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. It's wonderful to build this community and support each other. If you found this video helpful or encouraging, please give it a like. It really helps more people find these messages of empowerment. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel for more tips and insights on living your best, healthiest, and most vibrant life at every single age. Remember, keep moving, keep challenging yourself gently, and keep embracing the incredible capabilities you have. Live your best life at every age.